flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Excellent field position after the face mask penalty. 1st and 10 out near midfield. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play. Now a first down carry by Bell. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Shaquille Barrett in on the tackle.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. The 30. Past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. And remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
A really nice gain of 25 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Let's go.
On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. And a hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Von Miller in there to get him, and that's sack number 18 for him on the year. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Taking it about the 16. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Keenum going to lead the Broncos up now 1st and 10. The first carry for the rookie, it's Darius Geis. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it looks like Steeler football. It is. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games. Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
On second down, it's Bell. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Now Ben hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. The Broncos say they have it. They do. In their locker room, they've got a sign that says defense wins championships. And Charles, they pointed to that this week, said that has to be us. Looking good early.
I like how you saw that because of the bold letters, right? You saw the emphasis that they place on that and what they believe in. And for them, it's every single snap. So it's not just a matter of getting to the quarterback and knocking the ball free. They're trying to read when that ball's going to come free. As soon as those hands separate to throw the ball, they want to be there and have a chance to knock it out.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. To throw on second down is Keenum. Looking long for Thomas. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Thomas, the intended target.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Here's Roethlisberger. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Von Miller in there to get him, and that's sack number 18 for him on the year. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, what a juke into space. That burst good for 20 and a first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Roethlisberger will throw. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down, but they'll get it back.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Roethlisberger. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Fights loose. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Shaquille Barrett. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. And Boswell's kick is good. But hang on, a flag is down. Now, if it's on the defense, they might decline it and take the points. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the penalty, it's Bell. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Le'Veon Bell, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Boswell good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And Denver getting set to take the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. On 2nd down, here's Keenum. Dumps it off for Geist. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
I've got to give it up for him right there. Stared down the barrel of the blitz. Acted as his own blitz control. Knew he would take the hit and dumped it off, and they pick up a first down.
That's what the safety valve's there for, right?
That's exactly what he's there for, although most quarterbacks will tell you, I wouldn't mind actually having him in to protect so I don't get hit as often, but sometimes you just have to step up and make a play.
On 1st and 10, here's Keenum. Looking to hit Matthews, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Bud Dupree. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Matthews, the intended target. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter.
Jack 16. Jack 16. Set. Blue 30.
On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's McDonald. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Here's a 1st and 10 now after they successfully drew him off sides. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one, and let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get-off on the snap, jump too quickly.
They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Shaquille Barrett in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And the pressure gets to him again. Jarrad Davis in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That's sacks on back-to-back plays. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. Now Roethlisberger to throw. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Antonio Brown, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6. Boswell for the extra point. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 14-7. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. This is Geis, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Here's Keenum now on 2nd down. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a 1st down.
Stand down.
Throwing on 1st down is Keenum. Dancing to his left. And some room to work. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Geis with the carry on 2nd down. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. And the Steelers set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Well, we know he's an electric runner. Earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to bottle him up at different levels. That was your suggestion. Some mixed results.
Yeah, certainly, because we have seen him bottled up at times. We've seen him play him very well. We've also seen him pop the cork a few times and get out of there, haven't we?
We have indeed. Now Roethlisberger going to hand the ball. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Now after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Denver right after this. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Roethlisberger with a give to Bell. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. And that's incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target. And it's 3rd and short.
The name of the game is always on defense, put pressure on the quarterback. And that's exactly what they've done today. It looks like they've got him a little bit rattled. That would have been the 2nd interception in the first half.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 2. Roethlisberger. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Shane Ray. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. After the interception, here's Keenum. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Denver has a 1st down on the 15-yard play. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. On 1st and 10, Keenum steps away to his left. Room here to run. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Keenum on 1st down. Got his man, it's Thomas. Touchdown, Denver. Demaryius Thomas, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. McManus now for the extra point. McManus's point after is good. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out come the Steelers. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play down. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And it's a fumble. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Roethlisberger. And the Broncos get there and take him down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. The Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. Now it's Roethlisberger. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's McDonald. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And Boswell's kick is good. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Boswell on now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there, just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down.
It looks way too easy right now. 2 carries, 2 straight 1st down runs. The eyes are carrying the legs to the proper hole, but they're being created by an offensive line that has the leverage game going for them right now. Lower than the defensive front.
And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Javon Hargrave in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Here's Keenum. And he's going to go down again. Bud Dupree in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
3rd and long. It's Keenum. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Bud Dupree in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Here's Marquette King now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make this a second down.
Pulling up in that new toy, the wrist on that boy, rock star like Pink Floyd.